How do you make draft day trades? I'm going to go through this a little bit with you. A lot of people talk about the draft trade chart. You hear that, and that has been something that's been out there for some time. And making trades on draft day for draft picks, the draft trade chart is a numerical base, from the first pick having a certain numerical value all the way down to the last pick in the draft. And while it has certain value, it doesn't tell the whole story. And in my opinion, through my years of working in draft rooms and orchestrating draft day trades, it's more about modifying the draft trade chart every year. I think the values of the pick are relative to the players on the board. Remember, a draft pick, it has no value. It's the player that you get with the draft pick. So when you say the first pick in the draft is worth 3,000 points and the last pick is worth, 20 points, well, that's all relative to who the players are in this draft. Not every pick, number one overall, is worth the same thing year in and year out. They're different. You've heard me discuss this before on LandryFootball.com. If you have certain spots in the draft on your draft board where there's separation. So you might have a separation after the top 3 players and then a little separation, and maybe players 4 through 12 have the same grade. That's where you have to marry your draft board on how you see the value of your players in the draft, or the players in the draft as you see them, and marry them up to what the value is on the draft trade chart. In essence, when people will say, well, they paid too much to go up to that spot or whatever. No, not necessarily. Because if you're going up to get a player that you think is as good a player as there is in the draft, but you're moving up to the 3rd spot, why wouldn't you give up commensurate of the number 1 overall pick? Now, you wouldn't offer that immediately, but you might end up giving that. So keep in mind, draft trade charts are valuable, yes, to a point, but it's not necessarily the definitive way to do trades. You've got to modify it with and marry it up with your draft board. So hope that helps give you a little bit of an idea. We'll give you more information on this and others over at LandryFootball.com as the draft is fast approaching, a couple of weeks away. So keep it here, and remember to follow us. We appreciate you doing that, and spread the word about what we're doing so we can bring you more content like this. So long, everybody.